If you're a local service business and you know your ads are not performing the way they should be, then you're missing at least one of these key components. And in this video, I'm going to be breaking down this 3-step formula to show you how to make a winning ad creative. And almost every business owner doesn't know how this structure works, and it's costing them leads, paying customers, and revenue. And make sure you watch the video all the way through, because I'm not only going through the process, but I'm also going to teach you how to implement it into your business. So let's get right into this video. So the secret to making a winning Facebook ad is really simple, but a lot of people try to overcomplicate it. It really comes down to only 3 things: a hook, a body, and a call to action. Now, the hook is the most important part when making a winning ad. 90% of your time needs to be spent on making a good hook, because that's what's going to stop someone from scrolling. If it doesn't, then your video is irrelevant and it won't perform. The first 3 seconds, you need to either be calling out the person directly, naming a problem that they might have, or showing them something that's, visually appealing, or blasting your offer. That should be the only 3 things that should pop up in the first 3 seconds of your video. Now, this step's so important, so I wanted to show you some examples of some winning hooks. Now, you can see both examples are highlighting offers that the companies have. This is a great example of a winning hook, because it's stopping people from scrolling. They're saying, oh, wow, I'm getting 0% financing, or I'm getting $750 off of a roof. Let me see what this is about. Even though it may not be actually true in your ad copy, you want to make the offer sound enticing. You want to make sure that they feel like they're getting a bargain, and that's what's going to stop them to scroll. I also want to show you an example of a good hook versus a bad hook. So you can see right here, this is an example of a bad hook. Just a generic need a roof replacement. You're not invoking any pain. You're not invoking anything inside of the consumer's eye. Whereas here, you're saying hail damage can't be seen without a close inspection. This is invoking pain to the watcher. Therefore, they're going to be curious to be like, oh, wait, do I have something that's wrong with my roof? This is like a roofing example, but it can go with any niche. So I just wanted to show you these 2 examples. Now, a very common mistake a lot of business owners make when they're creating ads is they'll lead with themselves. They'll be like, hey, this is I with XYZ company. Like, no one cares. People are just going to scroll past. I'm sorry. That's just reality. So making sure that you open with something, like whether it's pain driven, whether it's an offer, it doesn't matter. Just something that spikes curiosity in the consumer's eye is going to get people to watch your stuff. And that's pretty much it for the hook. Now for the next part, the body. Now this portion is all about establishing credibility, and you're probably really good at this anyways. A lot of you guys skip the hook initially and just go straight to the body, whereas you need to make sure you lead with the hook and then get to this part. But yeah, just be specific. Just tell people like about you, what you guys, this is where you can talk about your credibility, your services, just address anything that the viewer will be, skeptical about. Just assert your dominance, basically. That's all you're doing in the body. And a lot of you guys are really, really good at making body videos. And a big mistake a lot of people make is that they'll make the body too long. So I would say you don't want the body to be anywhere longer than 15 seconds, 20 seconds max, because then your viewer would just get, drawn out and they'll scroll past. A lot of you guys make videos that the body is like 45 seconds, and that's a no-go. You can also talk about things like if you guys have a guarantee or warranty, or you do something locally, like establish your credibility, establish your business. This is where you do that in the body, but it only takes place after you go through the hook. Say like you revealed a problem about like storm damage in the hook. This is where you want to clarify and make known that you guys are the solution to the problem, so that they can feel resolved. And lastly, the call to action. If you screw this part up, this is where you're going to lose all of your leads. Now, you want your call to action to match specifically with the ad that you have in place. Now, what do I mean by that? So say you're a remodeler, and your call to action in the video was get your free inspection. You want that to match, the button that they press on the ad, or you want it to match whatever you say in the video. Now, if your ad is targeted towards a new audience, asking someone to schedule today is probably not the best idea. Now, this is where you could be like, okay, click here to learn more, or click get quote. You can do that for someone who's a little newer, because that's their first time seeing your ad. Now, when it comes to actually generating customers that are actually ready to pay and that have seen your ads, You want to be more direct. Say things like get quote now, or book your inspection, book your in-person consultation here. Like, you want to be direct with those types of audiences, because if you're not specific in your call to action, then no one's going to know what to do after they watch the video. So it is so important that you follow this and you do not skip out on the call to action, because this is probably why you're losing 75% of your potential leads. So now you know the 3 steps that go into a winning ad. You know that a hook stops the scroll, the body tells a story or it answers the problems that were described in the hook, and the call to action just resolves the pain and it gives the viewer their next steps. And majority of ads that don't perform are missing, one of these key steps. And it's probably most likely either the hook or the call to action, because a lot of you guys are really good at describing your service, but you're not the best at drawing the attention, or giving the customer the next steps needed to move forward. Now, this is the exact formula I use every time I make ads for my clients, so that it's not up to chance or guessing if the ad's going to work. It actually has a system in place. And if you just implement these 3 things into your Facebook ads, I'm telling you, it will drive the amount of customers, not only the amount of leads that you get, but the amount of actual paying customers that you get, exponentially. And now, if you want to see this in real time, or you just don't want to build it out yourself, that's exactly what I do. And I help local service businesses, scale using this Facebook ad formula. So feel free to book a call below, and I'll walk you through your entire current setup and show you how to implement this into your business.